What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mickey D. Yeah, I'm back with another video, y'all. Hope y'all day going good. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, turn on your notification if you want to see more videos. So today, y'all, I'm gonna do a video on me. So this video not gonna be about nobody else. This gonna be about me. I know I've been talking about other stuff. Now today I'm gonna talk about me. So the topic of this video gonna be I made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I had to learn how to correct my mistakes that I had made. See, you gotta go through something in order for you to learn from the bad stuff. So I feel like that I did a lot of bad stuff in my lifetime, and sometimes I had to just think and remind myself what I had did. You know how you sometimes when you make a mistake, you have to remind yourself, you have to think like, damn, why did I do that? If I wouldn't have did that, this wouldn't have happened. So what I'm saying is that I'm not perfect, but I did things that kind of led me down the wrong path. It led me down the wrong road, and I had to pay for it. I done got taken away from the streets. But one thing I had to learn from is that doing wrong, it wasn't worth me getting caught up or going to jail, because once you behind those cell doors, it's like reality start kicking in. You know what I'm saying? You start thinking like, man, I don't never want to, have to be locked up. So yeah, I'd have been taken away from the street, but now I realize that I ain't trying to go back and be behind no cell door. I'd rather just remain free. Um, I can remember I used to hang with crowds of people, but I had to break myself from that. I had to just, tell myself, nah, I'm gonna start staying solo. I'm not gonna be hanging with people, because it seems like when I hang with somebody, it seems like I get caught up either in they mess or get caught up in something that I could have been prevent from happening to me. So that's why I stay solo. That's why I don't really hang with anyone. I had to learn from that. Um, let's see. I'm just telling y'all my experience, stuff that I pretty much done went through. Um, I done ran into people that wanted to start drama with me on the streets. Yeah, I done ran into a couple people like that, but I had to just remove myself away from around them, not allow myself to get caught up or crash out any type of way, to where they would want to start some kind of fight with me or something like that. So I had to kind of like, once I seen it coming, I had to kind of get away from around it to keep myself from crashing out. Um, I'm just telling y'all, it was mistakes that I feel like I had made, and I had to like learn from those mistakes. It's like I'd have been accused probably somewhere in my lifetime for things that I didn't do. Um, I remember I also done lived on the streets before. It was times to where I had to just provide for me as far as making sure I eat. So it was my duty to make sure that I had stuff. I did stuff that I actually didn't want to do, but sometimes you be put in a situation to where you have to do what you got to do. Now I don't know if some of y'all probably done been through that, living on the streets, or from day to night, trying to figure out like where your next meal gonna come from. So yeah, I've been on the street. You know what I'm saying? And I had to I had to go through that to to get myself where I needed to be. Um, I was going through different types of struggle issues, which things is not all gravy for me now, but it's something better because I'm, by the grace of God, I'm still living. You know what I'm saying? I'm still breathing, so that's a good thing. Um, I even made mistakes, in my relationship, being in a relationship sometime with the wrong type of female. You know what I'm saying? I done had bad experience in relationships too, so I try to be careful on who I choose to be in my life now. I'm not so I'm not so quick to want to just jump into any other relationships because I know it's a lot of headaches, and drama can come with it too, you know what I'm saying? But basically it's a lot of headaches, a lot of stuff you go through in relationships. So yeah, I done been through that too, you know what I'm saying? I had to learn somewhere in my life that being in a relationship with somebody, I had to learn like don't be so quick to tell a female that you love them, even though you probably do love them. But you have to be very careful on telling them that you love them or that you care about them, because you want to know if they really gonna care about you the same way. So I made those mistakes too by trying to love a female so quick, fall in love with one. I had to learn from that. So I'm very cautious and curious on telling a female now that if I was in a relationship with someone else or anything, to just tell them that I love them. No, I would take my time on that now because I had to learn from that. You know what I'm saying? I remember I was out when I was about 13 years old. I'm not gonna say I ran away from home, but I had left from my mom and my daddy's house, and I went out and I stole this man lawnmower to make money. Real true story, y'all. So I took his lawnmower and I went and made money. After I get through making money with his lawnmower, cutting yard, I actually really took this guy's lawnmower and put it back into his garage. You know what I'm saying? But I also remember I had stole somebody's lawnmower again, but I had got shot in my leg for stealing this. Well, I tried to steal the person's lawnmower, and I had made it across the street with the lawnmower, and I didn't even know I was shot. This happened to me when I was real small. I was just a kid. I was a youngster though, but and I ain't even know that the guy had shot me. You know what I'm saying? Then when I got across the street, I fell down, and I looked down. I seen blood was rolling down my leg and stuff. And my mom, my dad, they didn't really know right then and there that this had happened to me. Till I got to the hospital, I think somebody had called and told them that I had got shot in my leg. But this happened when I was staying in Studewood. I was real young, you know what I'm saying? But I was out there trying to make some money, but I was doing it the wrong way. So I've been through that too. I experienced a rough life as far as coming up as a kid. I was getting in a lot of trouble, you know what I'm saying? Just doing crazy stuff. But I had to learn from that. As I got older, I started waking up, realizing that wrong didn't get me nowhere, you know what I'm saying? But I paid for all that, caught up with me, I paid for it. Um, I remember, okay, I remember y'all, I had got beat for one time when I was in jail. And I learned from that, like, never let nobody just stand real close up on you or anything like that, because they can possibly like beat for you, especially if you ain't looking for no drama, or you ain't trying to just like pass the first lick before they do. So yeah, I've been through that too, y'all. I done had somebody to beat for me, you know what I'm saying? But this when I was in jail. Um, what else? I've been through a lot of stuff. Oh, I remember getting ran over by a car when I was little. I think I was going to school one day. My mama was sending me to school one day. And this is when I was staying in Studewood. I grew up in Studewood. So I remember coming across the street, going to school, and this car had hit me, and I think the car had broke my leg or something. So I had to stay home, I think, for about 2 weeks or something. Anyway, my mom had took me to the doctor. So I remember that. I still remember those things, you know what I'm saying? But I learned one thing, that everything that you've been through, you have to be on alert, like in the street, watch both ways, like. But I was young at the time, so I would just run across the street. I wasn't paying attention. I just ran across the street. You know how some of us, when we're not thinking or we're not paying attention, and you just run across the street and you get hit by a car, right? Because you're not looking both ways. You just looking one way, or you just run on across the street and the car hit me. So yeah, that part that had happened. Um, man, I done had so many things happen to me. I can't explain. I done had people to steal money from me too. You know what I'm saying? I had that happen to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where I was at the time when it happened, but I learned one thing is that not to keep a lot of money on you, because if you keep a lot of money on you, people out here these days, you know what I'm saying, they hungry for money, they'll take your money. So I learned not to really just keep a lot of money. Everything that I did, I try to learn from the mistake, not make them same mistakes again. Everything I'm telling y'all is real talk. I mean, I've been through some things, and I kind of like changed from the things that I had went through. You know what I'm saying? I try not do those same mistakes. I try to just correct the mistakes and not go down that path no more. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, um, I remember I had made a mistake one time, and I left my bicycle at the store. And when I came back out the store, somebody stole my bike. So I learned now not to lock my bike up, because I know people be out here, you know, stealing people's bikes and stuff. So I remember going through that too. Somebody had stole my bike. I was at the store. I think I was about like 17, 16, I don't know. But anyway, I was at the store. Somebody had stole my bike. So I learned now, hey, lock your bike up. So that was another mistake I had made, but it taught me to lock my bike up. I remember taking a charge for somebody that was close to me. And the only reason why I took the charge, because they tried to pin it on them. And at the time when something had happened, um, I think that I was at home, and it was late one night. Something had happened, and the person that was close to me, they tried to pin it on that person. But I ended up, you know, taking the fall for it, because I feel like it wasn't that person's fault, or it wasn't that person's stuff. But at the time, I was, like I said, I was hustling. I was in the streets, and I was doing other things that caused me to go to jail, you know. But everything that I had been through, I had to learn from it. You know what I'm saying? Not to allow myself to let these things happen to me again. So I had to learn from that too after doing time. But I paid for it after I made it back to society. So that's a little bit of my story, y'all. But I just wanted to make that video. But it's just based on me learning from every mistake that I have made, to not to allow myself to get put in those type of situations. I hope y'all like this video. If you like it, or you have experienced some of these things that I'm talking about, then subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Give the video some likes and stuff. If you been through anything that you can relate to this video, that you might have made those same mistakes, that you can learn from it, then drop it in the comment. Tell me what you think about this video. This your boy Mickey D, and I gotta go until I drop the next video. I'm out.